Have you any idea about water damage restoration and its significant challenges? You probably know already that water damage is messy and tough to handle by yourself. This process of restoring your property to its initial condition after a flood, overflow or other similar disaster is called water damage restoration. There are a few stages of the water damage restoration process. The first is the loss assessment, followed by categorizing water based on its source and its contamination levels, and then by the drying and the decontamination of the space. The last stage in the process is the completion of the restoration job. Before you start doing any works, you need to evaluate the situation. This is valid for any restoration job, be if you want to buy and restore a classic vehicle or you need to reset your property after water damage. The technicians who are going to do the restoration work need to know what they have to deal with and what are the best ways to proceed. Furthermore, when it comes to water damage, you should know that most of the time insurance companies are involved. This is why the loss has to be thoroughly inspected, evaluated and documented, for an accurate estimate to be made. It is also essential to find the source of the damage, as it needs to be repaired before anything else. Part of the assessment work involves categorizing water based on the contamination levels of its source. For instance, an overflowing sink that floods your property is easier to deal with than an overflowing toilet or another raw sewage problem. These are the main categories. Category 1 water is coming from clean sources such as sinks and pipes, with no urine, feces or other toxic residues. Category 2 water with some contaminants such as toilet water with urine, water coming from a dishwasher or washing machine. Category 3 water that contains a high level of contaminants, which may cause severe illness or poisoning if swallowed. This category includes water from sewage systems, water with feces, floodwaters from rivers and still water with bacterial growths. Even if the source of water is clean, it can easily get contaminated by the contact with unsanitary substances. This is how Category 1 water can quickly become Category 2 or even Category 3 water. You need to keep this in mind when investigating the water damage source. Water damage affects not only the house and its surroundings but also its contents. Water damage restoration technicians have to deal with affected furniture items, electronics, carpets, books, drapes and any other household items. Many of them have to be removed before the water reaches them, as that's the best way to prevent damage. The ones that have already been affected have to be removed, dried, decontaminated and cleaned. Furthermore, there may be items that can't be restored anymore, hence needing replacements. The drying and the decontamination stages are the next to start, once all previous steps have been undertaken. This is the time when water damage restoration teams make use of blowers, scrubbers, dehumidifiers and other professional drying equipment and machines. This process may last several days, and it needs to be continuously monitored during all this time. The technicians need to monitor the temperature and the humidity levels, as well as the moisture content of the affected areas. Moreover, they may have to use mold inhibitors, to prevent mold from growing. In severe cases, they may also have to use deodorizers. Unfortunately, even Category 1 water can develop a horrible smell when it enters carpets, drapes or other household items. These developments occur very fast, hence the need for maximum efficiency of the water restoration teams.